All right, crew, we're back. New day. Today we're going to try to get this rest of this floor down, get all this stuff cleaned up, and maybe start trying to run because we're going to have to put in that's what those big posts that we bought at Lowe's were for. We're going to be putting posts up and running a whole new system so we don't have to key everything into the wall. You see all those keys right there? All those beams are keyed in that wall. That's no good. So we're gonna have to put up a new system for that. So we're gonna try to start running that today. All right, folks. So we're set up. Got the scaffolding over. I'm gonna try to cut these beams or joists individually and see if they'll come down individually. That way I don't have such a big piece coming down, breaking any more windows. And it hopefully will be a lot more safer for me. I'm going to try to use the reciprocating saw as well, maybe a little bit more control there than over using the chainsaw. However, I've got the chainsaws in the truck, so if we need to pull those out, we'll pull out the big guns. So let's get the generator started and see how this goes. I wanted to show you all this, that roof that was leaning on that floor. I dropped it right there. I was worried as I was on my scaffolding that if I cut these beams that roof was on that floor, and as that floor fell, that roof was gonna slide into me, which would obviously be bad. So I went up top and cut each one of those joists there and dropped that section of roof down. That way I know there's no pressure from that roof on my floor here. And so now hopefully we can cut the rest of the floor and get it all down. Let's see what we can do, guys. Okay, so this is where we're at. We've got all of those floor joists along the wall dropped off, so I'm not going to be dropping anything into windows. They're still hanging on over here. There's a lot of tension right here where that steel beam is, right along there where those two beams meet. There's a lot of tension on that floor. Some of that floor there is still really pretty good. So guess who gets the job now? Oh, Mr. Chainsaw. So let's go upstairs and try to rip those down. I'm going to try to remember where that pipe is. That pipe that runs in, that's the old gas line. It's not hooked up, or turned on, but I don't know if it's still useful or, hooked to the line, to the main line that we could have it turned on. So I'm gonna try to not hit that with the chainsaw because a little fact about chainsaws, they don't cut through steel pipe very well. All right, let's go upstairs. Okay, so we're upstairs now. We're gonna cut along here while maintaining, we know where our steel beam is. I'm gonna walk right along that steel beam. We're just gonna go real slow and cut these out. I see my pipe right here to not hit it. And drop this down real slow, or I hope real slow, because I think there's going to be a lot of pressure that gets released in here, and I don't want anything to happen. So let's get the saw started, get the cut. All right, guys, there we go. Got it to fall on down. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Down. Next thing we got to do is get all of this into the dumpster and get it all real cleaned up in here. And then we can start putting the new back. All right, you hungry hippos. Here you go. Pretty much cleaned up. Still got a little bit of just little stuff on the ground, but nothing's gonna set us back. But there we go. That's the whole first section of demo done. So now what we can do is our next step will be to start putting in the posts and the new floor beams down over here on this side, because we can not gonna have them keyed into the wall. So I'm putting in I'm putting in posts going down that floor is gonna sit on. And we'll get started on that after I go eat some lunch. But there we go. Pretty cool. Okay, I just wanted to do a video while it's raining hard, just so we can kind of document how bad this place is and how much water is really coming in here, so that we can have something to compare to when it's all done. You know, you can really see that there. We got water coming in everywhere. You know, and it's just coming in everywhere as all the wood rots more and more. It splits that roof open more and more water comes in. So, anyways, hopefully a month or two from now, a lot of these places will be fixed. All right, so y'all can see I got a couple of joists in there. I went ahead and slid them into the keyed marks over on this side, and then put them in on this side. They're not going to stay in those keyed holes. They're going to slide back and sit on top of the beam that we're going to put in that goes the opposite way. The only reason I did that was I'm just going to use those keys to establish where those beams should run. That way it takes a lot of guesswork and measurements and leveling and all that kind of junk out of it, because that's right where they would go back. Right where they would go back to. So I'll run a beam across there, and then my post will come from the ground up, holding all of that up, and then we'll build it out from there. All right. Okay, so this is where we're at. Y'all can kind of see where we're going with this. Those posts that we bought, those 4x6 posts, they're going in like that. Those boards that are keyed into the wall will not be keyed into the wall. They will be sitting on top of that 2x6, which is really there for now just to hold those up. It's going to get built out a lot more. It's basically going to get a whole other 4x6 underneath it to build that out and be able to distribute the weight better. Probably overbuilt, but I'm real bad at overbuilding things. I'm gonna keep going. It's almost 6 o'clock right now. I'm gonna work a little bit longer, see where I can get, and I'll check in with you guys before I get out of here. All right, I'm about to call it a day. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's getting dark, but I wanted to show y'all all of those floor joists up there. Right, yeah. They're not connected yet. They're just sitting up there. I'll connect them tomorrow. So tomorrow what we will be doing is putting the rest of the joists in, building out underneath that beam there. I'm building that out. I'm actually gonna build that out a lot more than you would expect, mainly because I overbuild things quite regularly, and also I'm going to be using it as shelving and put tool hangers and stuff on there because I don't want to drill into these old brick walls. So I'm gonna do shelving and tool hangers in between the wooden beams that we put in. I'm also gonna tomorrow put in some little metal elbows to keep those, make sure that they're tied into the bottom down there, not just sitting. I don't want them to get knocked. That'll really steady everything up. And then we'll keep pushing back underneath the good part of the floor with the same system, with those beams, those posts going up and that beam going underneath all the way over till we get to our bad corner. We'll cut it out and start replacing it. Hope to get started putting decking on that floor on Thursday. I hope Thursday. And then next week I can be replacing that roof. And then this whole back section will be done here, which will be great, and I can start moving forward. We need to get going on it because as it was raining today, more and more of this stuff was falling down. So I really need to, I'm really trying to push through. All right. Hope y'all have a good evening. I'm about to get out of here for the day. This is the 4th day of work on the building, so we're making really good progress. I want to thank everybody who has supported us. If you've not and you want to, please remember to go get a t-shirt from the Bonfire Campaign. If you'd like to become a Patreon member, there's some perks there. We really appreciate that. And we have the Indiegogo campaign going, so if you'd like to help support this project that way, any bit is really more than appreciated. Thank y'all so much for the support. I couldn't do it without you guys. And also, if you just want to just give a little bit, or you want to, work your way around me having to pay fees on what you give, you can also send direct send money to Venmo, via Venmo at greenhowhandmade.com. Please follow along on Instagram at easyas123 North Jefferson Street. And again, thank y'all so much. It really means a lot that so many people are out there supporting us, pulling for us. And if you can't help in any of those other ways, if you can just pass the videos along, pass the stuff along, all the information along, to so that everybody knows what's going on here, that's a really, really big help. Again, you can find all of those links and all of that information on my website, greenhowhandmade.com, and click on the Washington Shop tab at the top. Again, thank y'all so much. I really, 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 really appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.